A city like Wichita Falls is hardly recognized by much of the world, but that doesn't mean we're not making our mark on the map. In tonight's Time and Again Texoma, Mike Kruger shows us how Wichita Falls has made skyscraping history.
This is what a lot of people see as a landmark that has put Wichita Falls on the map. By all means, they are beautiful, but they aren't quite as unique as this. Originally the McMahon Building, which was quickly renamed as the world's smallest skyscraper. Now, newspaper articles since the 1920s say it was given that name by the nationally syndicated columnist Robert Ripley from Ripley's Believe It or Not. But after searching the internet and years of research from the Heritage Society, no one has been able to actually find proof of that. The erection of this building was influenced by the oil boom in Burke Burnett, as office space was very rare. So a man by the name of J.D. McMahon had it built in 1919, only to find out that the dimensions on the plans were in inches instead of feet. And even though it seemed useless, they still tried to get money out of it.
Without telling lies, they described it as being a three-story office building, and you can look and see it's 3 stories. And they said it's all brick construction, and it's all brick construction. What they didn't tell you was it was just 12 feet on one side and 10 feet on the other.
And not to mention there's no elevator or staircase to each level. But people were desperate for office space, and it was put to use by the Republic Supply Company, with one man working on each floor. But tragically, in 1931, it was gutted by a fire and has been just sitting there ever since. And 90 years after the structure is built, it's safe from the wrecking ball and still stands tall and proud. Well, at least proud.
And I've heard that it was a scam, that made that's actually what happened to that building. They started building it, and what happened? They had to quit because the guy ran out of something.
It was like instead of feet, they put it in inches. So they thought, there was just going to be this big skyscraper, and then when it was built, they go, hey, wait a second.
Wait a minute. That's not very tall.
Yeah, and and speaking of small, the temperatures, we're going to be talking about small numbers. I'll tell you just how small those numbers will be in a few minutes.
Sounds good. Well, it's the worst Chicago winter storm in 2 decades. We'll take you there right after the break. But first, in Hawaii, surf's up